What's going on, guys? Jesus here. 2026 finally came, and I'm here today full of joy and excitement announcing you my new shiny hunting project. This one is a very important moment because right now the biggest crossover in the history of my channel is taking place. My two biggest ever passions, that are Pokemon shiny hunting and One Piece, are merging to give birth to my new shiny hunting journey. I built an entire team of shiny Pokemons based on One Piece characters, but I'm not talking about random characters. I'm talking about characters that belong to the same crew, or better, the same criminal organization. Those of you that know One Piece probably know the Baroque Works, and that one is the criminal organization I'm talking about. What you're about to see is the Shiny Baroque Works team, a team of shiny Pokemons that is linked in an insane way to these characters. To me, these Pokemons are made to be representing these characters, but without any further ado, now I will present you the team. So let's jump right in. There we go. Here there is the graphic that I prepared and that will potentially accompany the channel for the entire next year, because the hounds are pretty tough. Of course, right now you can only see the single screen. That's because, it is easier for me to present the journey this way, but since I start hunting, I will be on 4 devices. The entire journey will be in Generation 5, and there will of course be no shiny charm allowed. But now, without wasting any more of your time, I would like to start presenting the team. In pole position, as the first member of the team and first target, I will go for all of them in order. We got Crocodile, aka Mr. Zero. Crocodile in this show is very powerful. He's the owner of the devil fruit Sunasuna no Mi, aka the Sand fruit, a fruit that makes him manipulate the sand in whatever way he wants. And which Pokemon could be better to represent him than Crocodile? This one was pretty standard. I will be hunting for Sandile in the Desert Resort in Black 2 and White 2. It is easier to find in the Desert Resort or even in the Relic Castle in Black and White, but I wanted for it to be a bit lower on percentage in order for the challenge to be a bit higher. In this way, he is at 30% and the entire remaining pool is pretty interesting, so can't wait to see what happens. But now, let's go right into the second member, that is Bones, aka Mr. One, the second strongest member of the entire Baroque Works organization, right after Crocodile, and in fact that's why his name is Mr. One. He is very powerful and he faces Zoro in this show, in what we could actually call a sort of mirror match, since he's the owner of the devil fruit called Supa no Mi, aka the Dice fruit, that makes his entire body be able to transform into a sword. He will be represented by Bisharp, one of the most noble Pokemon in my honest opinion. I really love it and I can't wait to go for it in the wild, because you can actually find it in the wild, and I will be hunting for it in Route 11 with the Apple Magnet Pool that makes it jump to 52.5%. There are phases that are very interesting, and again, I can't wait to see how it evolves. But there is no time to rest, because right now there is the third member, Bon Clay, aka Mr. 2, another devil fruit owner. This time we are talking about the Mane no Mi, that is the clone fruit in English, that makes him be able to clone whoever he touches with the left hand. And who better than Mr. Mime could actually be representing Mr. 2. Mr. Mime that I will be hunting near Route 20 via mass outbreaks in Pokemon White with a 40% overall percentage. That will be followed right after from Nico Robin, aka Miss Old Sunday, a devil fruit owner once again, this time a very strange and particular one, since her fruit, the Hana no Mi, aka the flower fruit, is able to make whatever part of her body spawn in whatever place she wants. And she will be represented by Gothitelle, that I will be hunting in the Strange House in Pokemon Black 2. The actual target will be Gothita, 20%, but thanks to the presence of the 5% Gothorita, the overall percentage bumps up to 25%. And to proceed with the members, we got the member number 5, that is one of my favorite ones personally, that is Nefertari Vivi, aka Miss Wednesday. She doesn't have any special ability, didn't eat any devil fruit, but she's the princess of the Alabasta Kingdom, that was playing the role of an infiltrate in the Baroque Works organization since the head of the Baroque Works, that is Crocodile, was pressuring her kingdom. So still pretty powerful. She will be played from Gardevoir, and to me it is an insanely perfect representation that in Gen 5 can only be found as a routes in the White Forest. The White Forest is very interesting as a place, since you can actually build the pool of Pokemons that you want to go into. I could have actually gone for a 100% encounter rate for routes, but as for Sandile, I wanna go for something more challenging. That's why I decided to include 3 additional Pokemons, Aeron, Ghastly, and Lotad. So a pretty interesting pool that makes routes be 25%. And then, last but not least, we got Miss Friday, that is literally a Mandibuzz. Anyway, Miss Friday is very important in Baroque Works. He is an extremely dangerous Voltur that served as a messenger for Mr. Zero, and that is responsible for executing every single Baroque Works agent that failed their mission. And as I was saying, which Pokemon could actually be better than a Mandibuzz to represent it? I am super happy about this one because Mandibuzz is my favorite Pokemon across the entire Generation 5, so I can't wait to be hunting for it, and I love that I inserted it as the last member because it is just the cherry on the cake for me. Of course, I don't even have to mention it, I I will not be going for the soft resettable one, since it would be too easy. I will be hunting for it in the dark grass in the Route 11 of Pokemon Black, approaching once again at 25% with a very interesting and big pool. Anyway, this one is the team. I hope you liked it. Personally, I am in love with it. I think that the link that there is between the Pokemons and the characters is like so amazing and clean. I really wish I was able to put into words how excited I am right now to start this new beginning, but without any further ado, now it's time to sail for the Grand Line.